everybody? It's your boy Ryan Mehalic here, back again. We're doing a best of 7 series against my boy ARNHAY today. So we've done 2 series before this. The first one was a best of 7, and I won 4-1. And then he hopped on my stream and clapped my cheeks, bro, in front of everyone. It was the most embarrassing thing of all time. He won 3-0 there. So now we're doing a 3rd series, best of 7. We will see how this goes. Also, still, lots of you guys not subscribed. Click that subscribe button. It will make me feel so good inside. So juicy. Not sus though. You already know. Your boy Ryan's not sus. And then also here, we need more female viewers, guys. Drop some comments down below on how to attract the female gender to our channel. We want equality here. Lastly, subscribe to my boy ARNHAY. He's got a YouTube. He's at 96 subscribers. Let's see how high we can get him. We're gonna get him over 100 for sure. Can we get him to 150? I don't know. His link will be down in the description below. Just stop by, drop a subscribe, comment on his most recent video saying Ryan sent you. And yeah, let's flood his channel a bit. Hope you guys enjoy the video. If you do, make sure to subscribe, like all of that stuff, and I'll catch you guys there. Yo, what is up, everybody? It's your boy, your homie, your home dog, Ryan Mehalic here, and I'm coming at you with an in-depth analysis post-com over this best of 7 series versus ARNHAY Outcry. So, starting map here is offside. We are rocking Dartling Bomb here. We're expecting DFA, so we'll see what he brings. And we're gonna start this one off with the crisp anti-stall. So yeah, a bit of lag there, but hopefully this recording is okay. I don't know what's up with that. Yeah. So I'm gonna plug my MacBook in the Ethernet cable. Hopefully that will make this a little bit less laggy. I don't know what's going on here. Yeah, but we start off with a 259 eco start, as you can see. And then we're gonna just farm on. The 259 start allows you to get your 1-0 farm up here at 48 seconds. And then you're gonna get 3 bananas on round 3 with that. So that's kind of the reasoning behind that start. Now he's sending me a lot of reds here, so we're gonna have to get up our powerful darts. Sending him some pinks, trying to force an O2 dart, so we're happy with that. Now we're just going to farm on. Kind of the route you want to take with the 259 eco start is you go 259 into 262. So send him 2 sets of pinks, and then you should be able to forward your plantation here at 130 game time if you do that correctly, as shown. So it looks like he's going really heavy eco dart. That's kind of how ARNHAY likes to play. I've noticed he likes to play very heavy eco DFA, so I'm fine facing that with Dartling Bomb. I think we're just gonna have a hard out farm throughout the game because we're gonna BIA up, but we'll see. Going for a second farm now. He already got up his second trip dart, so we really didn't need to send those blacks. I don't know why I sent them. Kind of a misplay on our part. He's sending us some blacks. This might force a few leaks, but probably nothing too bad. We won't get up our... Okay, now he's sending some greens. We're going to have to get up our cannon now, which we do. When I get up my cannon, I'd like to keep it on last at the start, and then I'll target it to close and target it to first at the end, as you see there. That's kind of how you want to target your cannon to kind of minimize the leaks. And then with these blacks coming, I just keep it on close. The cannon kind of deals with all the reds underneath, and then the dartling deals with the blacks. Alright, we are back. I hopefully fixed the lag now. I guess I didn't. Hopefully that gets fixed throughout the video. I don't know what's up with this recording. I'm sorry about that, guys. But round 8, he doesn't opt to send me yellows, which I think is pretty interesting, seeing how aggro he was the rest of the game. He sends a few on round 9. Not enough to force a cluster or anything, so we're vibing. We're just going to farm on here. We send him a lead on round 10, obviously. Force the Juggernaut up. As you can see, we have double the farms he has right now. He probably has like 350 to 400 eco, I would imagine, but when we're on pace for a BIA, the eco is really not worth it because we're just going to catch up on eco through our BIA and have out more farms either way. So he's sending us some zebras, and keep note of my dartling targeting. I'm targeting my dartling at the very end to pop the zebra and black layer, and then my cannon pretty much cleans up all the other layers there, which kind of how you want to do it. Because I would have leaked a lot more if I just targeted my Dartling like at the first balloon or something, or how lots of people do it. He sends me some Camel Leads here. We're gonna get up our Bloontonium darts against that. And we're kind of on pace for around 14 BIA, to be honest here. We're gonna get up our next farm. He can delay our BIA though if he rushes us or something. So we're kind of getting ready for that. And it looks like he's just gonna farm on. So interesting. Oh, a bit more lag. And now we're gonna do the quick sell, get that BIA up. He sends me some whites and black balloons. Those are not gonna do anything. Then he sends some zebras behind. A good bit of zebras actually. I think we boost here. Yeah, we do boost here. Okay. So yeah, I don't know, maybe with better Dartling targeting I could have defended that without boost. Or I just needed to get up a 3-2 cannon as well. But since we got around 14 BAA, we were playing it pretty safe. Now he's doing a big rush here. Bunch of rainbows. Forces us to sell our BIA. Definitely not happy about selling that. But again, he used so much money to send all those rainbows. And look what we're going to do here. We're just going to get our BI right back up. We didn't even miss any rounds of extra eco through that. And he only has one plantation. And we probably, honestly, almost have the same eco as him, I would imagine. He probably has more still, but it's probably close. So now we're kind of just vibing on. Vibes are good. I think we could have defended. Yeah, we definitely could have defended that round 16 thing without selling our BIA. If we just, instead of going for more Dartlings, if we just went for an impact. But I didn't know if he was going to send camos or something, so that's kind of why I went for the Dartling spam. Which obviously was not the best play. We're going to speed this up. Actually, no, we're not. That's way too laggy. Okay. Yeah, so, round 19. Round 20. Nothing too interesting going on right now. Both of us are just kind of vibing on. He still only has one plantation, which is really interesting. He's been spaced ecoing this whole time as well, sending spaced rainbows. I don't really understand the theory behind spaced ecoing. Like, I feel like it's better just to full eco and then stop if you want like money behind, since you get your eco earlier. But lots of people like spaced ecoing, and it doesn't really make sense to me. We're going for Dartling spam. We don't want to like choke to any camo ceramics or anything, so that's why we're doing it. And because we have a huge advantage right now with our BIA up, so kind of just spending a little bit of extra money just to make sure we don't choke is the reason behind all those Dartlings. So round 22, we cash out, we get up our facility. However, it was not a 4-2 when we got it up, so it might have been a bad cash out, probably. It's worth it to cash out for a facility if you can get the 4-2 up, but I only got the 4-0 up at the start, so that probably was not worth cashing out for. Then round 23 is a pretty long round. His eco will definitely help him through this round, but I would still imagine we're pretty close in eco. He might have more than me at this point, but of course we have a lot more farms than him. And we're just gonna kind of keep farming on. We could have like maybe sent him around 22 ZMG, and I'm not sure if he would have been able to afford the defense needed for that, like a GZ and everything. But I didn't really want to take that risk, you know, when we already had such a big advantage. And if he was able to defend it, that would put us at a disadvantage in the game. Round 24, yeah, he ends up just boosting against it, which is interesting. I think we just chill with our... Okay, we actually get up an impact. I'm not sure if I needed that, but we're going to need for round 25 anyways, so we end up going for that. And then we get our second facility up. As you can see, we have double his farms. So that's and we also probably have similar eco. Around 25 AI. We should be fine with what we have. We got the impact up. He ends up boosting against it again. So using 2 of his boosts in a row against AI, which is very interesting. I guess you don't need them late game with Dart, but when your farms are as bad as his are, I think the boosts are a bit more useful late game. And then I think we're gonna cash out and sell our BIA here soon for just facilities. We'd probably done around 27. He goes, yep, there's his 3rd boost. So he's boosted 3 times against AI now, which is very interesting. Not really sure if I agree with those plays. Round 27, we sell that. And as you can see, we have double his farms. We have 2 more boosts, and we've probably got more eco at this point. I don't know. Those are pretty interesting fan club spots. I guess you want some in the back. I don't know. I feel like you probably want your fan club more towards the front to pop the ZOMG layer, right? Or am I just wrong in my assessment? So we got up 2 Maulers and impact with our 4 Dartlings, and this is able to defend. It actually gets kind of close, but we're vibing. Get that farm check going on. We've got 6 facilities. He's got 3, and he also has to waste money every round for fan clubs now, which doesn't seem like much, but when your farms are really bad, that slows down your farms a lot. Having to buy and resell that ability over and over again, while we just have permanent defense down, so we don't have to waste any money like that. We end up getting a laser cannon here just to kind of help with AI, and that will be a Ray of Doom later in the game anyways. Plus, it protects us from camo ceramics if he ever ends up trying to like blend some in or something. So there's multiple purposes for getting that laser cannon up. Now around 30, we're kind of getting ready in case he rushes us, spamming some 0-0 cannons. Looks like he isn't, so that is fine with me. We're probably going to start rushing them here soon with just space CMGs, maybe around 32. So the way the ramping works is around 30 ZOMG has double the health of any round before that. And then round 31 is the same as round 30. And they start to increase health by like 40. So they increase health linearly. So like the health of a round 30 ZOMG, if you take 40% of that, starting round 32, you add that 40% every single round. So if that makes sense. So round 30 ZOMG is double the health of it one before that, and then round 32 is when they start to ramp up even more. So we start ours on round 32 because that's when the ZOMGs get even stronger. Just a bunch of space ZOMGs. We're going to continually send space ZOMGs pretty much till the end of time. And we're getting up multiple Maulers, preparing for his counter. And there he ends up sending us space ZOMGs, which is very interesting. I thought this was an all-out at the start, so that's why we sold so many farms, which obviously was not the best play. And we also got up a Ray of Doom. And I'm still selling farms, which I don't really need to sell. We are destroying these ZOMGs pretty easily. So we both actually have the same farms down now. But of course, we have a ton more defense down and 2 boosts left. So we're in a much better position. He also has 5 ZOMGs on his screen. And yeah, he now has 3 farms. We have 5 left. We're continuing to send these space ZOMGs. We're destroying his rush pretty easily. And he ends up going down here. Just some bad GZ micro, but we would have won that game anyways. I will catch you guys in his losing map. Alright, so it looks like the homie's losing map was Battle Sands, which is interesting. We're going Cobra here. He looks like he's farming, so that's cool. We end up messing up our anti-stall, so he ends up getting around 1 banana, which obviously isn't good for us. and he pulls out the dart. So I'm very interested by this. I know he's probably going high eco DFA. That's what he likes to do. So we'll see if he can pull this off. This would be very impressive if he can. But yeah. So we're just max ecoing right now. We get up our third wired funds. He ends up sending us some balloons, so we're just going to get up our mortar against this. We don't want to leak too much here, especially because I know he's going to be ecoing a lot. Those lives will be pretty important. Start sending him some blues here, trying to force a second trip dart. And we end up forcing it right around here, I think. Yep, there's a second trip dart. He's sending us some pinks. Forces some leaks on our side, but nothing too bad for the most part. Round 6, he balloon boosts us some blacks. We just get up a Bernie stuff against that. We're sending him some blacks. We balloon boost it as well because 2 trip darts can't defend blacks on this map because it's harder path. And we force another dart monkey, which is nice. And as I expected, he is going the mixed eco approach, so he's sending greens, blacks, all that stuff, which is cool with me. Our plan still is to adjust him even through mixed eco, but obviously his eco will definitely help carry him through the mid game and late game. Sending him some yellows here. If we force a spolt, that's kind of what I wanted to do, so now we're just kind of cobra farming on. We'll probably balloon boost him some yellows in round 9. A bit harder AI mixed with our yellows should do some damage. We force a third trip dart, which is nice. I'm happy with that. Then round 10, we target our mortar to the very start of the map. This is something everyone should do in round 10. The reason being, regrow leads can be really deadly if they get to like the middle of the map before they get popped down. Because the way your cobras target, they all are on strong, right? If they can see a lead layer, they're all going to target the lead and not the black that gets popped down by the mortar. So then that's just going to keep regrowing. If you target your mortar at the start of the map, the mortar's going to pop down the lead layer, and then these all on strong will just hit the black layer, kind of making it so they can't regrow farm. And that's the same theory with round 15 with the packed leads as well. You want your mortar at the start of the map. Round 11, we send him some whites. We force a second spolt, so I'm happy with that. We were forcing pretty much as much defense as possible. He sends me some zebras and some spaced rainbows. That just forces the frag bombs. Nothing crazy. And he sends us some camos later, so that just forces the signal flare. Pretty standard stuff. So we have a pretty solid eco ourselves as well. So now we're kind of just cobra farming on. It's very interesting because he probably has more eco than us or similar, and we're getting more income per round from all of our cobras in his farms since we have a lot of cobras. So pretty funny how that works out. He's sending us some whites this round. Since we have so many cobras down, we don't actually need to get a cluster against this stuff, which is really nice. And I actually end up like when I was trying to target my mortar, end up clicking the boost there. So that's really unfortunate that happened. Definitely didn't want it to happen. So we end up just going for a cluster right away, kind of preparing for him to rush again since we did accidentally boost. But looks like he doesn't. So we rush him on round 16. We just send him a few leads, and he ends up going straight for an ODS. So now we kind of just back off, and I'm happy about forcing tons of defense with just a small rush. And now we're just gonna kind of chill, go for some more cobras. And kind of probably adjust him hard next round. We have 6,600 in the bank, and there we go. Hard adjustment coming in on round 18. He's got his ODS up. He's got everything flowing. We'll see how he does against this adjustment. It looks like he's actually doing pretty well. He's got some solid ODS micro. We try to layer in some leads here, and it ends up forcing a boost. So I'm happy with that. I think that's boost number 1. So he's done pretty good at conserving his boosts. So he still has 2 of those left, which is nice for him. And he goes for another jug against the AI path, which is solid. He's going to need that for around 20 leads for sure. And he ends up selling his farm. So now he is farmless. Has a bunch of jugs down. I maybe should have just sent him a mob here and tried to drain his other boosts. That might have been the play. I am not too sure though. It looks like he's going for another ODS as well. So he's got double ODS now and jugs on the AI path. So at this point, I probably should have just started ecoing. I'm continuing adjusting, even though I already have like 20 adjustments up. which obviously is not going to increase the strength of the adjustment at all. So yeah, I think I'd start ecoing here, which is smart play, since adjusting more wouldn't change anything. And it looks like now I'm just getting more adjustments up, which I don't really know why. And we end up boosting against AI there. I don't know why I did that either. But yeah. So we've kind of wasted 2 boosts at this point, probably. I probably could have just went for another cluster there, or even a frag bombs and been fine. And we're just getting up a ton of adjustments. I mean, I have way more than I need to have at this point. I should definitely kind of start ecoing and back off on the adjustment. We get up our impact here against AI. Then round 24, I thought this would be smart. It probably wasn't. I sent him 3 BFBs. And the reason being, I kind of wanted to mess everything up, make him pretty much sell all of his defense for GZ. And then the AI would push on him. That kind of was my theory behind this rush. But as you can see, he doesn't have to sell much defense to get up his GZ. So he actually ends up defending this pretty well, leaving us in a terrible spot. So that definitely wasn't a smart rush at all. As you can see, he GZs and then he's able to defend the rest of this AI with just fan club and stuff. So yeah. And we pretty much lost half of our eco doing that as well as $7,500. So now we're in a really bad spot. We start ecoing again, but I'm pretty much counting this game as a loss after that. Definitely not a smart rush. Round 27 AI, we need to get ready for those Moabs. Our Cobras definitely aren't going to let us defend all these. He ends up getting a facility up. We sell some of our Cobras, go for some Maulers. And this isn't enough to defend, so we actually have to use our last boost here, which obviously is not good. We are in a terrible spot now. We wasted our first 2 boosts, and then we use our last one against AI as well. Plus, we only have 900 eco on round 28. He ends up leaking down to 9 lives on round 28 as well, which is really crazy. I don't know how that happened. So he almost chokes that. We end up just going for a second impact because we really don't want to die to AI here. And now kind of going into round 30, my thought process is, okay, he's going to all-out us sometime soon. We're just going to all-out him back and then try to outstall since we have a stall and he doesn't. That's pretty much the only way I can win this at the moment. Hoping that he oversins to me and we just outstall him. So we're kind of waiting for him to send me. Round 31 AI is pretty crazy on his side, so he has to get up a Spectre. And then round 31 AI actually gets crazy on our side as well. Like, look how close this gets. We have to get 3 impacts, and he ends up rushing us, so we have to rush him right back, as you can see. And here I kind of make a mistake. I start mortar stalling this AI, when really I should have just went for a big balloon, but not a big one in game, of course. So I am wasting a lot of money mortar stalling when I should just kind of wait till those ZMGs get to the very end of the map to mortar stall them and just focus on defending AI right now. But as you can see, he has no chance in defending this. He doesn't have the money, but we end up going down to AI as shown. So we actually had a chance of winning that game even with all of our misplays, but we obviously misplay at the end there against AI and go down. And I'll catch you guys in my losing map. Alright, so my losing map here is Inlets, of course. Looks like he is starting with an anti-stall boat, so that's very interesting. He's probably not going boat mortar then if he's trying to anti-stall these rounds. He starts sending us some reds as well, so we're not going to send him anything since he already went for his grape shot. He's trying to anti-stall hard. We're just kind of going to back off the pedal and get up our grape shot. Play pretty passive here. Just go for a BIA, that type of stuff. We got our grape shot up. Get the faster shooting on that bad boy as well. We're kind of microing the targeting from last to first, trying to catch up on these balloons. And we finally keep it on last. Minimal leaks. He's still sending blues into it, which is very interesting. Blues aren't going to do anything. And we get up our plantation in round 5, which is solid. Sends us some pinks. Those aren't really going to do anything either. Round 6, we send him a few blacks. We forced the faster shooting with those, so I'm happy with that. then we just go for another farm. He sends us some blacks with greens behind. We just end up getting our mortar against that, and then we're gonna vibe on. And we're gonna go for a second farm here soon, which we do. We're not gonna send him anything, as I said before. We're playing this pretty passive, since I know he's probably not going boat mortar with how he started this game. We'll probably outlast any boat strat that he goes. And there's the wizard as expected. So we're cool there. Round 11, we'll see if he sends me whites. We go for another farm. We send him a camel lead, force that camo detection on the wizard. He sends me a camel lead. So we end up getting our signal flare, and then he sends some blacks behind. Definitely a good bait rush on his part. He barely sent anything, and he forces my destroyer. But again, we are farming extremely well right now, so no complaints there for sure. Round 14, we don't really send him anything. Even though he has a tiny bit of defense, we're kind of just focusing on getting our BIA up. Now we could go for this round 14 BIA. We might have the money to do it, but I think this would be really risky, especially with him sending me a rush right here. So we end up just going for defense here. We got these on last, and we'll target them both to first here. And this ends up defending pretty well, so I'm happy with that defend. And that actually delays our BIA another round, so we can't get on round... Oh, we actually go for it on round 15, but we only get 30 income, and he sends me a beefy zebra rush this round, so definitely a good rush on his part. We maybe should have just cashed out our BIA right there, so we didn't have to boost. That probably would have been better, but we end up having to boost that, which obviously is not ideal. So now he's definitely... I'm planning on getting ready for a re-rush. That balloon boosted one. And it looks like he doesn't end up doing it, which is definitely interesting. I was really expecting that. So he ends up just farming on. We get up a second destroyer in case he sends me a Moab, which he does not. So we're now in a really good position, because his farms aren't that great. He definitely has like solid eco, but we have a BIA up and we have a strategy that outlasts. Blend some stuff with round 19 AI. We just get up a second mortar and we're able to handle that. A bit of boat micro. I like to keep these boats on last for the most part, or strong, and then I'll target them to first as the balloons get farther. And the reason being, like zebras and stuff, these boats will on last will pop down the higher layers, while the mortars can kind of then target the insides better. We sent him some whites with round 20 AI. We forced actually a good bit of defense with that, so I'm really happy with that. Just a small eco rush to force defense. Now we're both kind of just vibing on. I'm going to go for the triple BIA route probably. Even though we got our BIA pretty late, I still value that eco a lot that the BIAs make. So that's kind of why I still go for it. He ends up getting a factory in round 22, which is solid. We blend some leads in, and that's not able to force a boost or anything. And then we cash out our BIA, go for 2 more. He ends up balloon boosting me a Moab. We end up just cashing out one of the BIAs we just boat up, so we're able to defend that. I'm completely fine cashing out a BIA to defend stuff with that, so we don't have to boost when the BIAs only have like 1,000 in them. It really doesn't make a difference in how long it takes for them to cook up or anything, which is definitely notable. We start ecoing now. That's kind of how I like to play this. We get up our 3 BIAs and then we start building up some eco. So then we have a really solid eco once we get max factories later in the game. Round 24 AI, we're going to handle this pretty easily. We have 3 destroyers up along with a big balloon buster. So now we kind of just continue our eco. He's thumbs up in us. Again, I don't really like... Well, first of all, I don't think that Boat Wiz is just good on this map at all. But I also think going BIA is so much better than going for heavy eco. We're just going to have so much more money than him late game. And yeah, he balloon boosts us. I don't, okay. He ends up all outing us here, which is very interesting. We end up just cashing out, selling all of our BIAs, going for some belt pulls here, having some fun with it. It should be a very easy defend, whatever approach we take. End up messing up our micro there a bit. And now we just go for some destroyers. And a few mortar stalls. We have 30,000 in our back pocket, so we're completely fine. I'm trying to defend this without boost. That's kind of my goal here, and as you can see, it is a pretty easy defend without boost. Pop the CMG, and then we're just going to belt pull all of the insides, as you see. He ends up just sending a bunch of Moabs at the end. Very easy to defend. We boost at the end just for fun, and that is a game 3, so we are up 2-1 right now, and we'll see what his losing map is. Alright, so it looks like ARNHAY's losing map was cards, actually. So we're rocking Dartling Glue, of course. I'm kind of expecting high eco DFA once again from him, but we'll see what he goes. So we start off with that anti-stall Dartling. We place it a bit late, but he still gets up his Dart Monkey, so that's good for us. And then we send him to 259. Yeah, 259. Gonna get up our farm and that one banana on round 3, as I kind of talked about in the offside game. So at this point, I don't know if he's going Dart Wizard or Dart Ace, because both those strategies are definitely popular on this map. So I've definitely got to play semi-aggro. Even though I would like to play passive against Dart Wizard, I've got to play semi-aggro just in case he's going DFA. So we're sending him a pretty much constant pinks, trying to force a second trip dart with these. And we end up forcing it, so I'm happy with that. He starts his high eco, which obviously that's ARNHAY style. He likes to go high eco. So we're gonna have to get up a second Dartling here soon. Which we, oh nope, he actually stops sending blues, so we end up going for a farm. That's pretty much, that's a very greedy play by us, but we'll see if it pays off. Get our second Dartling down. And we're gonna leak a lot here. Look at that. $1 off. We could save so many leaks right now if we just had one more dollar. So it takes us a while to get that banana, and then we get up their second powerful darts. He ends up DCing here. Does he DC? Yeah, he ends up DCing here, so we'll replay this map. Because it was like round 7, so it doesn't really matter. So here we go again. Hopefully we get more lucky with our money this time. We start off with a crisp anti-stall this time. We don't forget about it. There's his dart again. And yeah. We'll do the same start as we did last time. Actually, no, we go 254 this time, so a bit different start. I don't know if that was the play. Do we get a banana here, ladies and gentlemen? Yes, we do. Okay, so 254 did work out there. But still don't know if that's the play against this start. And he starts with a bunch of reds. We just get up our powerful darts right away. We don't really want to leak here. And we do the same approach as last time, trying to force a second trip dart with constant pinks. We get the O2 up, and then where's the trip dart? Where's the trip dart? He ends up not getting up the trip dart, so well done by ARNHAY. Okay, he gets it around 6, so we don't even have to send him blacks. We're just going to go for our second farm as before. And he's not sending us greens this time, which is really interesting. So he ends up balloon boosting greens, but that's a while after we got our second farm up, so we shouldn't leak too badly against these. And he actually didn't send very many, so we don't even have to get up our second powerful darts against this, which is really nice. So now we're kind of just farming on. I kind of want to take the farm lead here, and since he goes for a spot in this spot, this is kind of the jug spot, I know that he's going DFA now. So I start my aggro a bit with some yellows here. Force that spot up. There we go. It's actually a pretty good juggernaut spot, by the way, which doesn't seem like it, but it's actually really good. Round 9, he does not send me yellows. We balloon boost him some yellows. We end up forcing another dart monkey. It looks like he actually ends up just vibing along and doesn't have to get up the trip dart, which is really nice for him. Send him some leads in round 10. Should force a jug here. And we're going to send him some whites as well, trying to force a second sport, which he already is getting ready. And he gets that bad boy up. So well done by ARNHAY. And we have a solid eco. We also have double his farms, so I'm happy with that. So now we're just kind of farming on here. Not really expecting him to rush us. If he does, it'll probably be eco balloons. So he ends up space ecoing here. Classic ARNHAY style, just going for high eco DFA. So at this point, normally I would like be rushing a ton and stuff, but because his farm's already so bad, I can't really do much against his farms. So now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to play pretty passive, which is interesting. He's going to have a lot more eco than me, but we're going to just go for like an early factory and then do constant like space COMGs after we get some really good farms. That's kind of my plan here. Kind of playing it as if an NFE player would. So we kind of just start farming on. He's constant space decoing, as I said before. He hasn't forced my camo lead detection at all yet, which is really nice. We mix in some stuff with round 16 AI. He ends up going for another sport, so that handles. He does the same to us, and we end up having to boost there. I really didn't want to. I'm not sure if I had to. I probably didn't, but we play it safe. We got 2 Republics up now. So we're up 2 Republics on his farms, but as I said before, he's definitely got solid eco. Now we've got 3 Republics, triple cheeked up with the Republics on a Wednesday afternoon, as we say. And we're getting ready for that round 20 facility. Spamming some dartlings here because he's rushing us quite a bit. And there we go for that round 20 facility. If he were to send us a BFB, I think we would get enough income back to just get up our dissolver and defend the BFB on boost anyways. So BFB would not be a smart send from ARNHAY. Now we're just saving up to try to get that 4-2 facility up, which we do, which is nice. Another reason why we didn't go very aggro is because if we're going to be sending him a ton of ZOMGs later in the game, I kind of want to keep a low eco because we're just going to be dropping that eco later. So we kind of successful in doing that, and then we're just kind of focusing on farms. We'll probably get up 2 facilities first, and then we'll send them after that. So we get a pretty solid income flow in from those facilities. Round 22 AI is about to come up, so need to get ready for that. If he doesn't blend anything with it, our current defense will suffice. Which it looks like he doesn't, so we're vibing. About to get up our second facility, which is really nice. This is the round where high eco pays off for him. Round 23 is a super long round, so you get a lot of income boosts during this round. So he is probably going to get a bunch of money on this round, which is really nice for him. But we do get our second facility up. Now I think we're just going to save up and send him a ZOMG here soon. He's given us a thumbs up. Thank you for that, ARNHAY. I appreciate your thumbs up. Round 24 AI, we're going to handle that with our current defense. And there we send our first ZOMG to Mr. ARNHAY. And then round 25 AI is coming up. So we're actually going to get the glue hose, which is really good because it'll hit everything, even if he sends pinks along with it. And this should defend the AI. So he gets up his fan club against this ZOMG. And now he's getting ready for his ground 0. Pretty standard stuff. So we actually get really lucky here. Because look. He ground zeros and that leaves 4 Moabs behind. So he actually has to end up double ground zeroing this one, which wastes about $4,000 more each ground 0. So I'm really happy about that. We end up getting our third facility up, and now we're going to send him more ZOMGs after we get 3 facilities. We're going to be getting a lot of income. And as you can see, he doesn't even have 2 facilities yet, so I'm really happy with how this game's going so far. We're going to get some more dartlings against this AI. We don't want to choke or anything. And now we're going to send him some more ZOMGs, as I said before. There's another one. Another one bites the dust. Round 27 AI, we should handle it. We have a ton of Dartlings down. And we're sending him another one. Just the constant space COMGs, as I said before, is what we're doing. And he ends up all outing us with COMGs here, which is really interesting. I honestly could have went for the defend here. As you can see, I had 40,000 in my pocket since I just sent him 4 fast cooldown ones. But I really thought it probably was more risky going for a counter, but I wanted to, I don't know. I felt like countering. But I definitely can defend 3 ZOMGs. They aren't even ramped in health yet, and I had like $30,000 in my pocket, along with 2 boosts left, so yeah. So as you can see, we counter him. He's going to have to GZ these down. So we'll see if he's able to do that. And we just kind of keep our glue up here. We want to stall these ZOMGs as long as possible. And he ends up running out of money and going down to AI. So the counter was worth it, but could have went for the defend too. You can pretty much play that either way. And I'll catch you guys in his 3rd losing map. Current score is 3-1. Alright, it looks like his 2nd losing map is Dread Balloon. So that is very interesting. He is going NFE here. We're going Dartling Bomb. If we play this right, we can definitely win this matchup, but it's definitely easy to make mistakes in this matchup as well. So we end up going for a passive start because he's going NFE. We want to farm as hard as possible. Now he's sending us some red balloons. That's just going to force our powerful darts. He gets up his 9-inch nails to test all the rounds as hard as possible. And we send him a few pinks, not much. Just forcing the 0-0 engineer. He ends up selling it for a farm, so smart play from him. We send him a few more pinks now. Get our farm up a bit later than him, but not too bad on the timing. Round 6 here. We should send him some blacks right now and balloon boost them. I don't know why we didn't. We end up just going for a cannon against these greens. That should be able to handle. We don't need a frag bombs or anything, which, as you can see, works. We end up balloon boosting on round 7. The round 7 AI is a bit more difficult, so that should be a bit more deadly to him. And we force another 0-0 engineer. I would have liked to force 2, but again, I can't afford to send him too much balloons. We want to focus on farms. So that's kind of why I don't. Round 8. This is something King taught me. We actually go for a second 0-0 cannon here instead of going for a cluster. In this scenario, it might have been better to go for cluster. We end up leaking quite a bit, sadly. But this is cheaper than going for cluster. And of course, you can sell one of the cannons later on. So, I don't know. It's definitely scenario dependent. But yeah. Just a kind of a tip with Dartling Bomb that you can do. That helps you in some scenarios. Now we just kind of farm on. I know he can't send us a bunch of yells again because he has to save up for his balloon trap. He hasn't gotten his balloon trap yet, so it looks like he's actually just going to farm on without his balloon trap, which we could have punished him for it right here. We end up not punishing because we kind of want to focus on farms, but yeah, I'm not sure what was the right play, to be honest. If we should have sent him stuff or not. But our farms are actually pretty bad. We might be able to get around 15 BIA, but that's still kind of late. But we'll see. His farms are also good for an NFE player. We get that around 15 BIA, which is nice. And he ends up not blending around 16 rush, which is interesting. So now we're both just vibing on. I probably should have went for my plantation upgrade on my BIA right now to kind of help that cook up faster, but I don't know what I'm doing with my money. Kind of just doing nothing with my money, saving it up, I guess. There's his ninja as expected. No one really goes NG SPAC on this map. It's not as good. Yeah. Kind of getting ready for around 20 BFB. And he ends up getting around 19 factory, so definitely well done on his part. There's nothing we can really do against that, to be honest. He ends up almost DCing here, but he comes back, so that's definitely happy about that, so he didn't DC again. We hit him with the well done. And he balloon boosts me BFB, so there we go. We should have to boost against this, I'm pretty sure. No, we actually end up cashing out our BIA on round 21 and going for some maulers, and then we're going to get up a second impact here. So we don't have to boost against this, which is nice. We still have 3 boosts. So we're in a good position right now. We are in a good position. We end up selling our that's a big brain play, by the way. We end up selling our impact to go for our 4-2 farm at the start of round 22. Since you get the impact, since you get the money so fast back from this, and then with our money back from our farm, we can just get the cluster back. So very big brain play. Write that down in your books, ladies and gentlemen. Kind of got some extra money through that, and he ends up having double fac up on this round, so it's definitely scary to face. I know he's gonna send us some ZOMGs pretty soon, which we need to get ready to defend those. Which is why we're kind of putting down these bombs on strong or whatever first. Ugh. Round 24, and there is the ZOMG. So we use the mob assassin ability, start spamming some maulers. You know the vibes. He sends another one as well, so we use a mob assassin on that one too. And we end up affording our hydropods here, so that's definitely nice. We boost in the hydropods, should defend the first one. The second one is gonna be scary though. And the first one actually gets really far, but we end up defending that on boost, which is nice. Now the second one, what do we do against this? We end up cashing out our BIA, going for another mauler, and getting up our hydropods ability. We use that ability. These balloons get super close. Oh my goodness. And I didn't have to boost there. I panicked. That was a panic boost. Definitely not the play. That was a really bad boost. Now we saw some of our defense going for more farms. Honestly, what I should have done is I don't need this hydropods. I should have just sold this hydropods and went for a whole nother facility. And the reason being, if he were to send me another ZOMG, we already have 3 facilities up, so we would be able to get income back from those to just defend the ZOMG pretty easily. So I don't know why I just left the triple pods up. Definitely a misplay on our part. We should have sold it and went for more farms. But yeah, we are tied in farms now, but his strategy does better with low farms late game. So he has forced us to have pretty low farms, so well done there. And we only have 1 boost because we kind of panic boost at the end. Now this is the part I struggle with against NFE. I don't know when to send them. Like in this scenario, do I just all out round 30? I don't really know how you're supposed to play this. We end up just farming on here, but again, really don't know what I should do. If you know what to like send in a scenario like this, or when to send, how much to send, please comment down below. My late game against NFE is not the best. We end up sending him a space CMG on round 31. He ends up sending me as well, so we have to get up a bunch of defense here, obviously. And we start sending him some packed ZOMGs now. Balloon boost them as well. These get really close on our side. We end up leaking 1 life somehow. And as you can see, we now are really low on money. We have 3 farms left. And we only sent him 3 ZOMGs, so it should be a pretty easy defend for ARNHAY, to be honest. Also, another misplay on our part. We went for a bunch of Moab Assassins. I should have just went for a bunch of Moab Maulers instead, which would help a lot on these lower Moab layers. As you can see, we start to struggle against these lower Moab layers, and we end up going down just to these Moabs. So pretty disappointing into that game. Current score is 3-2 now. Going into my losing map, I will catch you guys there. So for my losing map, I have chose another boat mortar map because, as you guys know, ARNHAY is not familiar with the boat mortar. So we'll see what he brings to the table. I'm not really expecting him to go boat mortar, obviously. And he pulls out the dart, so he is going probably high eco DFA once again. The master of high eco DFA, ARNHAY himself. We're gonna try grading for a plantation here, but he ends up sending enough reds, so we just have to go for our grape shot. We send him a few pinks, which is nice, and then we go for a plantation. Even though he's sending constant blues, we should be able to get up our faster shooting in time to minimize these leaks, which we do. So that's nice. These pinks layered over are not going to do anything from him as well. He ends up just going for a second trip dart, so we're not even going to send him any blacks. Round 6 comes around. He's sending us constant blacks. This will slowly dwindle down our life count, but we're just kind of going to greed on and get up another farm first. And I think we go for a 0-0 boat. Oh no, we go for a third farm. Spike. I don't know why I haven't gotten up 0-0. Okay, there we go. We finally get up another boat. Definitely should have got that up earlier. We leak a lot of unnecessary lives. And then I think I send him some yellows here soon to force a spolt. Actually, no, we just farm on. We're just gonna kind of play this the same as the Dartling glue game, maybe. Or just wait for it to go late. We send him some leads here, force that Juggernaut up. And our farms are phenomenal this game. 4 plantations in round 11. Send him some whites to force a second spolt. He hasn't forced our camo detection either yet. There, he sends us some camo leads, some zebras, some whites. With some good mortar micro and 2 grape shots, we are able to defend this, but oh buddy, we are a low life warrior. Look at that, 29 lives, clutching it up in the gulag. He hits us with the eek. You already know the vibes. Should be going for our BIA here on round 14, which is really solid, which we do. We have a good amount of money left behind. And we end up just going straight for the destroyer because we are low on life, so I don't really want to take risks. So the destroyer is going to be good at kind of stopping those leaks. Round 16, we balloon boost him some leads. He ends up just tower boosting straight away. And then we're going to get some defense up to kind of defend his rush. I get kind of spooked here, and I really don't know if I needed to boost that. It's hard to tell on this map with the layering over. But we end up boosting there just to be safe. And he's just doing this constant space deco thing, which I never understand. We send him a Moab. This should force a boost from our boy, which it does. Now we're going to send him a follow-up to force a fan club. And we balloon boost the second one, obviously, so then he can't really ODS it. So we force that fan club up, which I'm happy with. Then we send him some leads mixed in with AI. Once the fan club wears off, this should be kind of deadly. He ends up getting a second jug against that, so happy with that. And we haven't cashed out our BIA yet as well, which is nice. We end up going for a second mortar here against the AI, along with a second destroyer. So that's able to handle everything. Then we cash out here for our facility. Again, I don't think that was smart. You want to when you cash out, you want to be able to afford a 4-2 right away. So definitely cashed out too early there. But yeah. Now we're just farming on. Round 22 AI we need to be ready for. Don't want to choke or anything, obviously. He ends up getting his facility here and boosting its AI. So well done by him. So look. Here's a bit of a misplay by him, in my opinion. I am waiting to see him get... Okay. Well, since he just boosted that AI, we send him a balloon boosted Moab. And he actually has to end up selling his facility here for a fan club. So definitely a 200 IQ rush from your boy. We forced the selling of the factory, and now he's just in a terrible spot with selling that factory. He's going to be a while until he gets that back up. And of course, our farms are phenomenal. We're about to get our second factory up. He gets his factory back up on round 24, but wastes like $4,000 selling his factory from before, plus all the income that he missed out on. Then round 25, on this map, since the map is so long, I don't really like to go for a big one against round 25 AI. What I do is I actually go for double Balloon Buster. We double cheek up with our Balloon Busters, as you see here. And with our 4 destroyers, this will easily defend the AI on this map. We probably only need 3 destroyers, to be honest. And now the way we do this, we won't really need more defense against round 27 AI, the Moabs. But if you had a big one, for example, you would need to get up more destroyers for that round. So it saves us some money in the long run, going for this approach. But as you can see, look at the farm difference. We have double his facilities, and we probably got more eco than him. Actually, more than double his facilities. So this game is pretty much all but over at this point, I would say. We can drain him with COMG's late game. His farms are pretty trash. So we just start spamming some destroyers here, playing it safe. And we end up actually fitting this clutch farm in here. I haven't fit that farm before, so I'm happy about that. Looks all good and juicy right in that spot, as you know, boys. Not sus, though. In-game, of course. In-game. Your boy Ryan Mehalic is not sus, so I don't know who is spreading rumors. Round 29. Just fitting some more boats in. You know the vibes. Getting all the farms possible. Then I think we start sending him. Yep. Round 30. We start with the space to the OMGs. We start sending. We're full sending now, boys. Yes, sirski. And now we just get up a bunch of boats as well. Getting those aircraft carriers. You already know. You already know, bro. It's gonna be crazy. He starts sending me in round 32. Just a space the OMG though, so this should be really easy to defend. And he ends up... Okay, he GZ's that, so he doesn't go down. But his farms aren't good. He's going to struggle a lot to this. And we still have a bunch of farms up, along with a ton of defense. Fast forward this a bit. He starts using his GZs. And he ends up going down. So that is the end of the best of 7 series. Your boy Ryan won 4-2 against ARNHAY. So GG's to ARNHAY. He does have a YouTube, by the way. Link to his YouTube will be in the description down below. So make sure to check my boy out. And Ryan Mehalic is out. Peace out, bro.